A chance to turn the corner for two teams that have been up and down all season. Both hope Week 13 of the USL League One year will be lucky for them. It's South Georgia Tormenta FC at 4-5-2, hosting Lexington SC, who is 2-5-3 this season. Brought to you by Optum Sports Medicine. Great to have you with us from Tormenta Stadium in Statesboro, Georgia. I'm Ryan Pierce. Let's have a look at the USL League One standings presented by Savannah Hilton Head Airport. And you can see the defending champs Tormenta FC muddled in the middle at 6th place, while Lexington SC brings up the bottom. Still plenty of time to make up ground, and they can ascend quickly. But if they want to come out winning tonight, they're going to have to stop Tormenta FC's top scorer this year, Jackson Curry. He's a player to watch. Brought to you by Galactic Comics. Oftentimes plays on the left side of the attacking third of the field. The 20-year-old from Australia makes this Tormenta offense go with a team-leading 3 goals and 23 chances this season with a handful of injuries. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Curry is going to have to be effective tonight. Our player to watch for Lexington, again brought to you by Galactic Comics, is Antis Diouf. Scored the first brace in Lexington franchise history last week. Both of his goals were game-tying, the first in the 20th minute of that match against Northern Colorado. It earned him Player of the Week in the USL League One. Just missed the hat trick in bonus time. Coach Stokely says he is really coming into his own as a player. The fans are ready here in Statesboro, Georgia. We are too. And when we come back, lineups and the opening kick. That's next on ESPN.
At Savannah Hilton Head International, you can choose from 11 different airlines, including Southwest Airlines, Breeze Airways, and Avelo Airlines. With up to 70 daily nonstop departures and over 30 nonstop destinations, Savannah Hilton Head International gives you more choices for a travel plan that fits your needs. Savannah Hilton Head International. Visit flysav.com.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will be to save Bullock County from slow internet. To do so, you must recruit an exceptional tech team. They must be fast, reliable, and absolutely fearless. Time is of the essence. Bullock's internet is dependent on your success. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will be to save Bullock County from slow internet. To do so, you must recruit an exceptional tech team. They must be fast, reliable, and absolutely fearless. Time is of the essence. Bullock's internet is dependent on your success.
Welcome back to Statesboro, Georgia. Tormenta FC hosting Lexington SC. Week 13 of the USL League One season, brought to you by Optum Sports Medicine. We're watching the game ball dropped in by helicopter. You don't see this every day. It's like a James Bond movie, but just for soccer fans. As you can see, they came on the field and put it on the pedestal. Super cool stuff there to get this one rolling. Okay, so these teams have met already one time this year. It was actually Lexington that beat Tormenta last time. They scored a goal within the first 15 minutes. Here it is, as Nico Brown put Lexington up 1-0 against the defending champs. Tormenta trailed early in the second half when Jackson Curry scored on a penalty kick to even the matchup around the 50-minute mark. And you're thinking, okay, the defending champs are going to pull away, but that wasn't the case. A late goal by Owen Green for Lexington at the 71-minute mark was the difference, and Lexington FC won their first game in program history That's a fun moment there from Coach Stockley. Okay, let's have a look at the starting lineups for both these teams. First, for Tormenta FC, brought to you by PMG and Statesboro Real Estate. Kayla is in for the injured Otieno, and he moves up from midfield in this 4-3-3. You'll see him work there in the middle, along with Kuri on the outside and Sterling on the other side. Bush is between the pipes. Let's have a look at Lexington's starting lineup tonight. And they are led by Nico Brown in goals, as well as Antis Diop. He is the reigning player of the league. Earned that last week. Knight, their keeper, won save of the week. So they have some pretty impressive award winners from Week 12. Kaylin Fox in the back line made the all-defensive team. And then, of course, Machel there in the middle. Charlie Machel from England is their team captain. It's a balanced team that has been playing much better over the past couple of weeks. And Coach Stockley feels good about the roster. Andrew Akindele is in tonight. He wears number 18. He is getting the start because there's a number of injuries for the home Tormenta team. He is in tonight for Tobias Otieno. He wears number 19 and is there at midfield. Lexington is in those bright green kits. Tormenta FC in their home dark blues. Tormenta is 6th, Lexington is 12th. As we're off and running here from Georgia, Statesboro, Georgia. Great to have you with us on this Saturday evening. Two teams that could use a win. Still very early, or at least relatively early in the season. Plenty of time to move up in the standings, but you want to start making your move. Tonight's a good night to do it, especially if you are Lexington. You're facing a team in Tormenta that's down a handful of players, including Tobias Otieno. And if you are Tormenta, 3 of your next 4 matches are at home, which they've been very good at home this season. Had that strong stretch in April, a chance for them to make some moves in the standings. So both sides have reasons to be positive tonight about their chances. We'll see who strikes first. And that's a big point in tonight's matchup. Both these teams got off to quick starts last week. We're aggressive. We're taking shots early. Will they keep that momentum up tonight? Quick note, Donovan Eubank is the official this evening. He actually worked Lexington SC's match last week against Northern Colorado. We're from Tormenta Stadium in Statesboro, Georgia. A little pressure from Tormenta to get things off and going, as Lexington controlling the ball to start the match. That's been a conversation in League One. The team that has won the control of the match, the possession time, has oftentimes lost. It's been a counterattack league this season. We're seeing Lexington control the tempo early as they work from right to left. Kaylin Fox in the backfield gets it to the middle. Fox made the all-league team last week. You see him in the middle of your picture. They're looking for Machel at midfield. That's where it goes, and it's tapped back to the back line for Lexington. Over the top pass into the attacking third. It's brought down by James. He works to the sideline to Robertson. Robertson lost it. Contact as Colin McCanis getting his first action this year. Number 20 for Tormenta draws the foul. A storyline for Tormenta FC with so many injuries. They have guys stepping up that don't normally start. Akindele, number 19. We talked about Andrew Akindele, the 23-year-old from Chicago, is one. Colin McCanis, the 24-year-old from Australia, getting his first moments. You just saw him in your picture a few seconds ago. The ball rolls into the backfield. Tate Robertson circles around and brings it back to the keeper, Amal Knight. The 6'3" goalkeeper from St. Andrews, Jamaica, clears it to the sideline. We talked about some of these keys, but let's go over the big ones. First, for Tormenta, you need your role players to step up with those injuries. They're going to have to get some contributions from guys like Deshaun Nembard in the backfield, Davey Mason maybe coming up, Keziah Sterling, of course. And then if you're Lexington, it's all about finishing. They did a great job last week. Coach Stockley was very happy with the way his team got the through balls over the top, finished in the attacking third. It's something they haven't done this year. Only 10 goals this season. 2 of them came last week in that draw against one of the top teams in the league in Northern Colorado. You want to keep that up here in Week 13 if you're Lexington. Dangerous pass in the middle for Tormenta FC. They're able to work the sideline. Here is McCunis. Battle at midfield. Akindele won it, and it rolled out of play. Both these teams feeling each other out here to start. That gets into the backfield and then cleared away by the keeper, TJ Bush, in goal tonight. He returned to the starting lineup last week and made 2 crucial saves against Greenville. Otherwise, that could have been a surprising loss for Tormenta. It would have been their first loss against Greenville since 2021. As the ball skips away, instead it was a 1-1 tie. Pressure in the backfield from James. He's able to take it away, and then it's cleared towards midfield by Numbard. Still not out of trouble for Tormenta. On the foot of Akele. And Lexington retreats. Lexington was able to force a draw against Red Hot Northern Colorado last time, who had won 3 in a row. Lexington SC came out with a 2-2 tie. And that was a big confidence booster. We talked with Coach Stockley this week, and he said how positive that was. Here's a turnover in an opportune spot for Tormenta FC. In the attacking third, in the box, a player hits the turf, and that could be an early penalty kick for Tormenta. That is a big turning point to start this match under 5 minutes in, and Tormenta's going to have a shot to take an early lead. And that was Andrew Akadele putting the pressure on the back line. He is starting tonight, and he was tripped up in the box, and that will lead to a penalty kick for Tormenta. He's in the lineup for Tobias Otieno, and that's what we talked about. The role players are going to have to step up and be big tonight for Tormenta as Fila Delamni tripped him up from behind. Keziah Sterling will take the penalty kick. Sterling has 1 goal this year, and it was on a penalty kick 2 weeks ago, making his 3rd start in a row after coming back for Tormenta 3 weeks ago. A chance for Tormenta to take the early lead at home against Lexington. Keziah Sterling, the 24-year-old from England, to take the penalty kick. Already has 1 goal from a penalty kick this year, makes it 2, and Tormenta leads 1-0. Keziah Sterling puts Tormenta up early against Lexington, just under 6 minutes in. Sterling did a little stutter step there and was able to put it through. All goals brought to you by the Clubhouse. Sterling faked like he was going to go right. He got the keeper Knight on his left foot and then finished it off. For Sterling, that is his 2nd goal this season. One of our keys today, at the top we mentioned it, start quick. That's been a key for Tormenta this year. When they've gotten off to a quick start, they're tough to beat. Both these teams were aggressive early last week, and Tormenta FC keeps it up in week 13. Keziah Sterling, 6 minutes in, a penalty kick goal to put Tormenta up. Now, how does Lexington respond? They gave up a very quick goal to Northern Colorado within the first 4 minutes last week. Then they outshot Northern Colorado 5-0 over the next 20 minutes. It also led to a goal to even the match. Lexington this time on the road, trying to counterpunch. Ball kicked off the back of the defender, and Lexington throws in. Big match for both these teams. Lexington in 12th place, but just 3 points behind the team in 8th, so they can move up the standings quickly. Dangerous back pass, and it's cleared away by Knight. He had the save of the week last week. Both these keepers were really good in week 12. Lexington reverses field. To the middle, it's cleared by the back line. Still on the offensive end for Lexington SC as Murillo dumps it back to midfield. Machel to the sideline. In the middle. Rolled back to Dioff. Might be the first time he's touched it in this match. Scored 2 goals last week. Was the player of the week. Number 32, Dioff for Lexington. Brown circles to the sideline. You see him come out of that pressure. Instead, the ball rolls back to midfield. A A 1-0 early lead for Tormenta FC off a penalty kick goal from Keziah Sterling. And now Lexington slows down the tempo. A quick rush from the back line. James putting pressure on Murillo. He clears it back to the keeper, Knight. One of 5 matches tonight in League One. We're in, I guess you could call them the dog days of the season. The newness of the 2023 year maybe has worn off. The temperatures are heating up. Almost everybody in action tonight. Standings are tight. This is where you want to be. One of the better times of the year, in my opinion. Everybody still has high hopes, but we're starting to see who the top dogs are. A little give and go towards the box. James was the target, and it's cleared to midfield. Diouf tripped up, and a foul is whistled on Tormenta, it looks like. I think the Tormenta back line is saying Diouf got tangled up with one of their own players, and now Diouf is down. The 23-year-old from Senegal. He was our player to watch in this matchup. Let's have a replay as he battled with Jackson Khoury. Khoury and Diouf, the 2 players to watch, and then a little bit of extracurricular activity afterwards between John Murphy Jr. and Diouf as he gets attended to by the trainer. One of the notes we talked about, the injury report tonight. Tormenta is without a number of key players. Cassini, Akoto, Tobias Akoto went out last week with an injury, and he's not playing tonight. Lexington is pretty healthy, and of course the injury report brought to you by Optum Sports Medicine. We'll have to see what happens here with Diouf. It looks like he is going to maybe momentarily come off the field. Big storyline. Antis Diouf, such a huge week last week. Earned USL League One Player of the Week. It's going to come off momentarily. Hopefully he can return. Obviously no sub for him. Got to get attended to on the sideline and see how quickly he can come back. A chance here for Lexington. A set play in a good spot. The chip shot by Mitchell is wide by about maybe 7 or 8 feet over the top of the crossbar. First shot from Lexington. Charlie Mitchell, their captain, the 28-year-old from England, about 30, 35 yards out, sails over the top. He had an assist in the 81st minute last week against Northern Colorado, finding Antis Diouf. Bush, the deep kick to midfield. It's headed back into the backfield, and now Lexington puts pressure. Nico Brown tries to take away, and the counterattack may be coming for Tormenta. Akadele at midfield. It was his run into the penalty box that led to the penalty kick. Through ball's not a bad pass, just a little bit out top. It's off the keeper. Dangerously rolls just wide right and then cleared out by the back line. That was a near disaster for Lexington SC. Tormenta keeps it in the attacking third. Crossing pass from Akadele is knocked away by James. Pressure on Akadele. His crossing pass finds a teammate, Hackenberg. Antis Diouf is back out there, number 32. That's a good sign. Quickly came out, got checked up, and he's back on the field for Lexington. Akale, the crossing pass back to Akale in the middle. A couple players fall, no call this time, and it's cleared towards the sideline. Chipped up by Dangler. Headed middle. Mitchell, the captain, tried to take it away, lost it, and it rolls to Delamni. The 24-year-old from South Africa pushes to the sideline. Nico Brown, second on the team in goals this year, tries to work his magic, and it's cleared past out of bounds, and it looks like it'll be a corner kick. Not a bad roll towards the attacking third, just missed off the right side by maybe 3 or 4 feet. That could have been a disaster there for Lexington. Maybe they catch a break. Of course, the replays are brought to you by Vandy's Barbecue. Barbecue always sounds good on a June Saturday evening. I'm sure a couple fans out there have got a nice plate. Charlie Machel to deliver this corner kick. Lexington down 1-0. A penalty kick goal 6 minutes in gave Tormenta the lead. Header towards the middle, and it's cleared away past the near sideline. It'll stay with Lexington, who have comfortably controlled the possession in this first half. The advantage has gone to Lexington in that category, but they still trail 1-0. The back line for Tormenta was supposed to be a big strength. They are bottom 5 in goals allowed this year, but their back line has been improving, evident by Deshaun Nembard, who wears number 12, making the all-league team last week. A couple good plays for them so far as James works. Murillo clears, still in the middle. The chip is wide left. Diouf just missing. It was deflected by the back line, and it leads to another corner for Lexington. We're seeing this replay as Diouf tried to go for the upper left, and it just got tipped by the back line. And another corner opportunity. This is the second coming up for Lexington. Like last week, they've been aggressive early. The crossing pass towards the far post, up in the air. Punched away by Bush, the keeper. James chases it down with Murphy on his left hip. Lexington keeps it. Looking for the tie, down 1-0. The chip towards the box on the left post. And again, this will roll out. It'll lead to another corner, the third. Here's a look at the last one. It was punched out by the keeper, TJ Bush. Ball spinning towards the back post. Not a bad pass, just nobody home, and Bush punched it away. Charlie Machel, an assist last week, one of their leaders in minutes to deliver the third corner kick of this first half for Lexington. Robertson comes up. Machel delivers far side. The header towards the middle. The shot is through, and we're tied at 1. Off the corner kick, Lexington evens up the match. Once again, Antis Diouf, his third goal in 2 weeks. Absolutely incredible play by Lexington as Machel set it up to the back right post. The pass was to Diouf in the middle. They were able to pull out Bush to open up the goal, and Diouf finished it off. Antis Diouf right now is on fire. 3 goals in his past 3 halves. How about this corner from Charlie Machel, too, the team captain. Beautiful spinning ball to the right post. That might have been what Lexington was trying to do on the previous corner kick. This time, they're able to finish the play. As we thought we might see fireworks early in these first 20 minutes already. A pair of goals, one for both sides. A penalty kick, 6 minutes in. Keziah Sterling delivered for Tormenta, and now 16 plus in the 17th minute. A goal from Antis Diouf, his third this season. Coach Stockley said he's one of the most dynamic young players in the league. He's coming into his own, and we are seeing it. Earlier in the half, here's Diouf again, crossing to the middle. An opportunity for James, and it's cleared away. That actually, I believe, was Phil Delamny in the middle. James was trailing him. And another chance here for Lexington, the attacking third. After giving up that early goal, they've responded and been the aggressor. But here comes Tormenta on the counterattack. It's a 3-on-2. Sprinting up the right side. This might be a chance. In the middle, crossing back is Khoury. His shot is blocked by the back line as Delamny got a foot on it. And it's cleared towards the sideline. An excellent backline play by Fila Delamny as Khoury took it to his left foot. Action-packed last 5 minutes or so. James falls at midfield. There's no call, and it rolls back to Delamny, and Lexington resets. You can feel the intensity for an early to mid-June matchup. You have a team that is 6th in the standings in Tormenta. Lexington is 12th. These are the moments in the year for both these teams where they want to make up some ground. And I think both teams have reasons to feel that this is their time of the year to do so. You've got Lexington, who's been playing well. They're up against a Tormenta team who's hampered by injuries. And Tormenta's got 3 of their next 4 at home. It's an important matchup. Both coming off draws last week, needing those 3 points. Lexington, a rare break in the back and forth over the past 10 minutes. Over the top pass. Waiting for its Bush. Diouf putting on the pressure. Bush has to go to his left. 11 goals this year for Lexington. The last 3 have come off of the foot of Antis Diouf. The offense looks much better, and here's a takeaway in a dangerous spot. Will Bainham, his first action today, sets it to the middle, and the shot is wide from Delamny. Will Bainham, the forward, was able to take it away and set up Delamny for a look from probably 35 yards out. May have been a better option to try to go back left and get a better look. And one of our keys to the game, of course brought to you by Aspen Aerogels, was how does Tormenta come out with some of the injuries they're dealing with? And they answered with an early goal, but right now Lexington's in control. Tied at 1. And speaking of injuries, a Tormenta player is down. This is John Murphy Jr., the 23-year-old from Scotch Plains, Ireland. We get a look at that contact. Murphy. Ball went back to him, and then he got the left leg of Kalen Fox, who is coming off an all-league week. Thankfully, Murphy looks like he's going to be okay, though. Tough player. Former second-round pick. He scored twice with the Red Bulls, 2 last season. A newcomer to Tormenta, one of many. They won the championship last year in League One, of course. Lost 7 starters, though, which is what happens when you have a great year. So it's been something that Coach Ian Cameron talks about, trying to find that chemistry with a roster full of new names. Kouri's one of those mainstays. His pass is headed towards the sideline. Robertson trying to circle around Chris Heckenberg, puts solid pressure, and it leads to a throw-in. Tate Robertson, deep throw to midfield. Is taken away by Kouri. Kouri dumps over to Sterling, who already has 1 goal. The chip towards the right side, up in the air. Headed by the back line, still in the attacking third for Tormenta. And now Lexington breaks away on the sideline. Sprinting up the field is Nico Brown. And he's tripped up from behind by Makunis. And it'll be a set play for Lexington as they get the free kick. Makunis getting his first action this season, the 24-year-old from Australia. With the injuries, he's got the start, and an aggressive takedown there of Brown, the forward from Baltimore. He's the trigger man for Lexington. It'll be Machel the set play, and that's a yellow card for Makunis. The first yellow for Tormenta. And Machel is set play. Spins it to the box, header right to the keeper, Bush. A strong pass from Machel, I believe that was Will Bainham trying to knock it in off the cranium. We're still even at 1. Tormenta appears to have found their footing as they work on the offensive end. Their tempo has been quicker than Lexington, who's been more methodical offensively today. As Murphy chips in the box, some space. If it can be brought on by the one touch, the shot is plucked out of the air by Knight. As Akela on the second chance pulled it in, kicked a rocket right at Knight, but he pulled it down. See, Akela, if he can pull that first touchdown, he's going to be in great shape. Difficult shot right at Knight, who handled it cleanly. You can hear the wind in the on-field microphone. A nice night for soccer, temperatures in the upper 70s. There is a crisp breeze blowing across the field, I believe right to left. As the ball rolls through the back line and goes out, play will be a goal kick coming up for Bush. 1-1 tie score. Tormenta scored on a penalty kick 6 minutes in from Keziah Sterling. And Lexington responded about 10 minutes later. The third goal in as many halves from Antes Diop. Scored a brace last week. TJ Bush, the 27-year-old keeper from Herndon, Virginia. Deep kick to midfield. Dangerous over-the-top header. Brought down by Akela. The slippery midfielder works his way to us right now, back on the left foot. In the middle, Khoury lost control as Mitchell kicked it away. On the counterattack comes Lexington. Diouf reverses field to Brown. That's their athletic outside. Diouf and Brown are their two top goal scorers. Mitchell sets up in the middle. And then in the backfield, it's Owen Green getting his first touch. He had an assist, rather a goal last time these two teams met. In the 71st minute, that led to the first win in Lexington program history. Murillo, the chip shot, is well wide. Lexington trying those deep balls. Clearly part of the strategy. Their earlier goal started with a corner kick from Charlie Mitchell. As a Tormenta player tumbles to the turf, and a foul called on Lexington. I believe that was Khoury, who's up off the turf and looked like he was okay. They kick up the field as Tormenta was trying a quick play. Doesn't go the way they planned it. Action-packed first 15 or 20 minutes. The tempo has slowed a bit over the past 5 or 6. We're even at 1 apiece. The 6th spotted, I guess you could say, in the standings. They're in 6th right now. Tormenta FC tied with Lexington SC 1-1. Both these teams coming off a tie. Lexington, and maybe a league shocker, were able to even up a match against Northern Colorado. Here's a chance for Lexington. The crossing pass from Robertson is waved off. He's called offside. Going back to that point last week, Northern Colorado had won 3 in a row. They were the hottest team in League One. And on their home turf, Lexington was able to draw 2-2. A big confidence booster for Coach Stockley and company. Tormenta against Greenville, a team they hadn't lost to since 2001. They ended up tying at 1. Tormenta, the defending champs, everybody knows that who follows League One. Expected to do big things this year, but they had a lot of newcomers. And they spent much of this first half of the year finding their rhythm, and there's moments it looks really good, like that stretch in April when they won 3 of 4. They have 3 of 4 home matches coming up, which will help. Lexington is, of course, their first year of the program. That means everybody's new, obviously, to the team, trying to figure out how to play with each other. It has looked much better over the past couple weeks. And right now we're even at 1. Jake Dangler to the sideline. Makunis to the middle. Little tussle near the sideline Academy, who's really looked good, in place of Tobias Otieno, who's out today with an injury. It was Andrew Academy, the 23-year-old from Chicago for Tormenta, who was able to break free in the attacking third, drew the penalty in the penalty box. Keziah Sterling put it away with the penalty kick. And Tormenta led early. Lexington responded in the next 10 minutes with a goal of their own. Robertson rolls it back to the keeper, Amel Knight. His 7th saves have him ranked 15th in the league. Does have 1 clean sheet, though, plus the save of the week in Week 11 against Knoxville. As he has worked to try to maybe solidify himself as the main keeper for Lexington. The Jamaican native Knight rolls back to the middle. Keziah Sterling, watch out for him. You don't want to be too cute in front of number 9 for Tormenta. A little pressure from Academy. Tormenta comes away with it, and then a foul at midfield. Tumbling to the turf is number 7, Akale. And this is going to be a yellow card, the 2nd on Lexington. Robertson picks it up, the 26-year-old from Springfield, Ohio. Tate Robertson's going to have to play with caution the rest of the way. To watch that replay, pushed him with the left arm. So Akale, who had to leave last week's match against Greenville with an injury. There was some question as to if he would play today. And with all the injuries to Tormenta right now, he is, thankfully. Numbard chips over to the sideline. You can see Curry, number 6, sitting at midfield. So the pass goes to a little touch and go from Heckenberg to Curry. Is redirected to the backfield. It's now Tormenta, which has been really the strategy of Lexington, trying to needle the defense, looking for an opening. Errant pass back to Lexington. Tormenta FC seeking revenge after losing back in April 2-1. Our question was, who would get off to a quick start? Well, the answer is both teams. They both scored early. They both were aggressive early, as they both were last week. And we're tied at 1. Lexington very aggressive with that backfield pressure. Dangerous spot, kick to the middle, and this is going to be a foul on Diouf. Atis Diouf knocked over the keeper, TJ Bush, as he helps him up. Diouf scored at the 16-minute mark. It'll be a goal kick for Bush. He grimaces, holding that right hip. Diouf is so much fun to watch, number 32 for Lexington. Likes to play mind games with the keeper in that back line. Not unlike Akela on the other end for Tormenta. Both of those players look like if you let your guard down for a second as a keeper, as there's some extra pushing. It's been a physical first half, already 3 yellow cards. You watch this replay. It was Akadele getting tangled up. I believe that was Tate Robertson. Lexington has owned the possession 64% of the time. Tormenta trying to adjust as they've been a little more passive over the past few minutes with the ball on their side. 33 minutes in. Both these teams looking for a big win about a third of the way through the season. Tormenta is 6th in the standings. Lexington at the bottom, but only 4 points out of the 8th spot. So they can move up quickly with 3 here today. Tormenta playing with a handful of injuries, but they're also in their first on the home stretch, 3 of their next 4 at home. As the ball goes through everybody, finds its way on the sideline to Davy Mason. Khoury works it back to Mason, sets to the middle to McCanus. Akele, little touch and go. Here's Akele, seeking space in the middle. Khoury at the top. He tried to do a little give and go and hit the turf. No foul call, and now there is going to be one as Khoury passed the left side, tried to move to the middle, and a yellow card is given to Lexington. That's on Fila Delamni. Watch it on the replay. So there's a pass from Khoury. He tried to make a move and ran right into the chest of Delamni. Let's see if Delamni extended that arm. It looked like he was trying to move back, but his arm did come up, and that led to the yellow card. That is the second yellow card in the past 5 minutes for Lexington. That's 2 on them. I thought it was 3. It is 2 on Lexington. And you can see Khoury having a conversation with Delamni. Delamni saying, look, you ran right to me. And Khoury's like, no, you got me in the chin. The official, or head referee, Donovan Eubank, you see him there, agreed with Khoury. And a lot on his shoulders today with the injury bug hitting Tormenta pretty hard. Akale will have a free kick here in a dangerous spot. Akale chips towards the box, diving and knocking it towards the left side, and out of play is Knight. I don't think that would have gone in, but Amal Knight takes no chances, and it leads to a corner. Akale trying to sneak it in inside that left post. Of course, corner kicks brought to you by Herb Shop. I think this is the second corner kick from Tormenta today. No, this is their first. This is the first corner kick from Tormenta, 3 for Lexington. Let's see what the home team can do. Less than 10 minutes to go in this first half. A chance for Tormenta now with their first corner kick. The chip towards the near post. The header, and it's knocked out by Knight. And would have been waved off had it gone in anyway. A foul called on Tormenta. Let's watch that replay. I want to make sure we get the name right on who committed the infraction, as John Murphy Jr. sent it to the right side. As Jake Dangler, 6'4", he's the kind of guy you go to in this situation. Made contact with Nico Brown before ball met head. So Amal Knight with the score even at 1 says, everybody back up, let's slow down the tempo. Lexington winning the possession battle by about 60% to 40%. Robertson has a yellow card for Lexington. Delamni's got a yellow card for Lexington. Kunis has a yellow card for Tormenta. Here is a chance for Lexington. The shot is wide left. Will Bynum taking a big strike at it. He got the start against Northern Colorado last week. Getting another one today, looking for that first goal. It is coming, though, the way this guy can strike. Had plenty of power just wide left. That would have been a tough one to stop had it been on goal. As a crossing pass is shielded out of bounds, and it'll be corner kick number 4 for Lexington. Last time Lexington had a corner kick, they tied the score at 1. Once again, Charlie Matchell. He has 1 assist this year. He started it with a corner on the left side last time, which led to the goal. This chip is towards the front post. Headed by the backline in Kouri. Rolls out of the box. Kept in the attacking third for Lexington. Murillo taken away by Mason. Mason, former all-league second-teamer, able to turn around the back line. And Lexington has to reset just over the 39-minute mark in a half that saw 2 goals in the first 20 minutes. Kouri off to the races on the far side, slams on the brakes and resets. You're a Tormenta fan. Bush is so daring when he brings it out that far. You gotta feel a little anxiety, thinking, okay, if he makes a miscue, that's a wide open net with this aggressive back line from Lexington. Of course, he's so steady when he does it. Here's the counterattack coming from Akele. Akele tries to maneuver. The chip goes to Kouri on the left side. Kouri crossing pass, and they are looking for a handball. It was actually John Murphy Jr. who wanted the handball. And it rolls out of bounds. It'll be a corner for Tormenta. Donovan Eubank disagreed. Let's see here. Here's Murphy Jr. Tries a cross on Green. Yeah, it looks like maybe his right hand was up and it deflected off of it and went out of bounds. Eubank was shielded by his back likely. That would have been a penalty kick. That would have been a huge turn of events. Instead, it's the second corner coming up for Tormenta. Murphy to take it. The delivery. High ball, far post, a little bit strong. Dangler lets it go out of play. That Herb Shop corner kick rolls past the sideline. Lexington may have caught a break there. At least it looked like on that replay that it went off the hand of Owen Green. Little one touch down at midfield, through ball, dangerous play, racing up is Nico Brown, and it's kicked away by Bush. That was a perfectly executed play. Nico Brown just a half step behind it. Lexington has got a couple really good 3-pass plays in their book. You just saw one right there. They like that little touch and go, comes in off the sideline or corner kick. Player 1, quick pass to player 2, who's off to the races or maybe in the middle of the field for a shot. That's what we saw earlier from Antis Diouf when he scored off the corner, which was started by Charlie Matchell. Now Tormenta countering. On the right side is Akela. He's got a little bit of space. Akela on the right foot, crosses to the middle, and it's kicked towards the sideline by the back line of Lexington. Makunis, his first action this season, throws in. A bump and Akele falls. No call. Kele gets back up on the foot of Heckenberg, and Matchell sends it past the sideline. So we have a look at that last opportunity for Tormenta. Akele had a little bit of space on the left side, drew the double team, looked towards the middle, and the back line was ready for it for Lexington. A much improved back line as Heckenberg circles around. Rolls to Murphy. The shot with the left foot saved by Knight and turned away by Amel Knight. Maybe the difficulty wasn't that high, but still an important play by Knight. It was a quick shot from Jake Dangler, and a Lexington player is down. This is Diouf for the second time today. It's being helped out by the trainer. Here's that shot again. Off the left foot, it was actually Kouri with this shot. Right at Amel Knight, he was ready. Kouri was looking for his 4th goal this year, had the setup. Good strong kick. So Knight a couple saves in the latter part of this first half. Now we keep a close eye on Antis Diouf, the 23-year-old from Senegal, who had a goal at the 16-minute mark for Lexington to tie this at 1. Diouf is a reigning player of the week in USL League One, excuse me. As, yeah, he got tangled up in midfield, may have got his right foot stepped on. And we'll see Diouf slowly walk off the field. Was holding that left ankle, and we hope he turns out to be okay. These are always painful. You get a foot stepped on, and then you try to move, and we're approaching the end of the first half. Less than 30 seconds left. Tormenta tries to go to work. We're gonna get a 2-minute stoppage, so a little extra time. Akele comes back around, met by his fellow number 7, James. Battle near the sideline. Keeping with it was Akadele, and it rolls out of play. So two minutes is the bonus time. Of course, Clubhouse, our stoppage time is brought to us by Clubhouse. Games, bowling, food and fun. Sounds like a great place to go on a Saturday night after you watch Tormenta and Lexington. And an extra shove at midfield. It's been a physical half. 3 yellow cards. Chicago native Akadele trying to earn more playing time. He got the chance tonight with Tobias Otieno out. And just a push after the play. Be nice, boys. That's the message from Donovan Eubank. See if Tormenta tries to milk this clock and make this the final opportunity. Looks like that's the plan. A little back and forth in the backfield. Tormenta opened the scoring. 6 minutes in, Keziah Sterling. A penalty kick goal. A response from Lexington at the 16-minute mark. Now Tormenta working with Akale inside the box. Showing off the shifty footwork. The crossing pass is cleared by the back line and booted towards the middle of the field by Lexington. They can't quite clear it yet. And this one will lead to a goal kick. Likely the last moment of drama in this first half. An exciting first 20 minutes. The tempo slowed after that. There's been plenty of action in this 1-1 tie game, and that leads to halftime. So Tormenta and Lexington, they both ended in draws in their last matchup, and that's where we are at halftime. As a goal at the 6-minute mark for Tormenta, 16 minutes in for Lexington, has us tied at 1 apiece. You see the teams walk off. We'll have to keep a close eye on Antis Diouf. He scored his 3rd goal in the past 2 matches at the 16-minute mark. Hopefully he is solid in the second half. Of course, our halftime is brought to you by Kids World. We'll have more highlights and numbers later on in the halftime show. Right now, though, we're tied at 1 apiece between Lexington and Tormenta. An action-packed first half. The kids have enjoyed it. So have the fans. Plenty more to come in half number 2.
Hey, are you ready? Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
At Savannah Hilton Head International, you can choose from 11 different airlines, including Southwest Airlines, Breeze Airways, and Avelo Airlines. With up to 70 daily nonstop departures and over 30 nonstop destinations, Savannah Hilton Head International gives you more choices for a travel plan that fits your needs. Savannah Hilton Head International. Visit flysav.com.
Hi, I'm Michelle Smith-Lang from Kids World Learning Center here in Statesboro, Georgia. Let us take care of all of your child care needs here at Kids World Learning Center, from your infants all the way to your after-schoolers. We also have a summer camp and holiday camp for those older children. And we have our brand new bus for our field trips, for the children to have fun and to learn and to explore new things all around our beautiful county. Thank you for trusting us with your most prized possessions.
Back in Statesboro, it is a 1-1 tie score here in Statesboro, Georgia, between South Georgia Tormenta FC and Lexington SC. The halftime show brought to you by Kids World. We have halftime highlights and stats brought to you by Galactic Comics.
Let's discuss the most important soccer news from this past Wednesday, USL League One highlights. Starting with the Red Wolves hosting 4 in Madison in the 37th minute. Mo Espinoza with his 3rd assist of the season, connecting with Ropapa Mensah for his 3rd goal of the season. How huge would it be for the Red Wolves if Mo Espinoza can get back to full form like he was last year? He was so explosive in 2022. They could use that here in 2023. Meanwhile, Mensah, after scoring a goal, provides an assist to Siobhan Marsh. 2-0 in the first half. Ziggy Korotowski's side has been looking for a good first half for a while now. They found it. There were 36 total shots, 9 on goal in this game, including this scrambling effort from forward Madison that would not go in. Aviles would end up falling down on it. He had 5 saves in the match total, and ultimately would collect the clean sheet in a 2-0 win for the Chattanooga Red Wolves. They have 3 wins this season, all of which have been at their fortress, CHI Memorial Stadium. Meanwhile, later that night, the 2nd ever home game at Future Legends Complex for Northern Colorado, and they're hosting the Kickers. Look at this ball from Leo Fola. Just wonderfully done. You don't really need me to describe just how great a pass this is from Fola. Valentin Sabella scores his 1st goal of the season, and Will Palmquist in just his 4th start this year with the Kickers. Not much he can do about that one. Meanwhile, in the second half, Michael Hornsby looking for Matt Bentley, but instead finds Lalo Delgado. Big chance for the Kickers, would not go through. And then before they knew it, the hole was going to get deeper because Trevor Ahmed, the Golden Boot leader, already has 7 goals in a 2-on-1 situation. Proves while he is the best goal-scoring threat in all of USL League One right now, just rifles it in that bottom left corner. In 2 games at Future Legends Sports Complex, Northern Colorado have outscored their teams 6-1 in those matches. And Trevor Ahmed, a big part of that, 8 goals and in the lead for the Golden Boot race. That's right, it is time to start tracking the Golden Boot leader, the assist leader, and the Golden Glove leader. We have enough base and data to really start effectively tracking this stuff for all these teams across USL League One. Rafa Mentigan led the pack to start things off this year, but Ahmed, what a fantastic month he has had. Noe Meza also tracking in behind. This will be an interesting race. Right now, Ahmed, so strong in that regard as we pivot over to the assist leaders, where it's very much more up in the air. No one's really tallied up a massive number of assists yet this season. So that could change at any moment, any month. A player could just get on a passing tear. That would be fantastic. Arthur Rogers last year, of course, had a ton of assists. But we got a couple of players here that all are more than capable of creating and serving up goal-scoring opportunities for their compatriots. Meanwhile, when it comes to the goalkeeping, it's a lot of new faces. As a matter of fact, not a single bona fide keeper from last year in USL League One that is in the lead in this Golden Glove race. Sean Lewis coming from the USL Championship. Bernd Shipman is new, Lalo Delgado is new, and although Austin Pack has played with the Jacks before, this is his first time being the goalkeeper for the Jacks since coming to USL League One, and how fantastic has he been? Leading in goals against, leading in clean sheets, leading in saves. Right now, he's the front runner for Golden Glove, and also for goalkeeper of the year in USL League One, but any of these guys could catch up to him. That's all we've got for now in this halftime. We'll step aside briefly. When we come back, we have more content for you here on ESPN+.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer, bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Let's have a look at some League One news and notes from this past week. USL announced Thursday. This is big. Brooklyn, New York has been awarded a League One franchise. They're expected to begin play in 2025. I hope they serve some good pizza there, because that will be a fun place to call a match. International friendly. Richmond is going to host the 31-time Guatemalan champions, Comunicaciones FC, on July 18th. At City Stadium. That will be a lot of fun. And of course, we've talked about him, the player of the week, Atis Diouf. Had 2 goals last week, has 1 today. We'll see if maybe he can pick up another one in this second half. He's been on fire. You saw Diouf earlier in that first half score a goal. Nembard has also made the team of the week for Tormenta. We've also seen a couple other big plays from Fox in that back line for Lexington, as he made the team of the week as well. Here's a look at the scoreboard tonight. A couple really good ones in action. Greenville and Union Omaha, they're tied late, 1 apiece. We'll keep a close eye on that. North Colorado Hailstorm, they're back to their winning ways. They won on Wednesday, as did Chattanooga against Ford Madison. Ford Madison, no score with NCFC right now. Here are some of the upcoming matchups we have to look forward to. Later on tonight, 1 Knoxville against Northern Colorado. Stick around for that one. I'm sure you can find them on ESPN+. A couple other major matchups as well, including Wednesday, Lexington against Chattanooga. That will be a fun one to watch. A lot of action left to go. 1-1, tied at half here on ESPN.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will be to save Bullock County from slow internet. To do so, you must recruit an exceptional tech team. They must be fast, reliable, and absolutely fearless. Time is of the essence. Bullock's internet is dependent on your success.
What's up, Tormenta Nation? My name's Olivia Conley, and today we're starting a new series where we get to know the players a little bit better. This is Jake.
My name's Jake Dangler. I'm excited to be here and can't wait to talk.
Jake, where'd you grow up and how did it shape you into who you are today?
I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, and I'd say Baltimore was a big soccer community, and so growing up with two brothers, it's kind of shaped me into the player I am today and the person I am.
How old were you when you started playing soccer?
I was 3, and I have a cute little picture of me at my brother's first practice or something, to where I'm just dribbling a ball in my little tennis shoes, and then there's another picture where I have my first cleats are baseball cleats, because like I said, my parents knew nothing about it, so they just thought any cleats were proper cleats.
Yeah.
1-1 tied after one half of play. Tormenta FC, Lexington SC even. A couple early goals scored, and then things were a little quiet over their past 20 minutes. Well, we have a really inspiring story to tell you. Today and every day, South Georgia Tormenta FC honors the life of Carter Payne, who tragically passed away in July of 2022. On Monday, the club hosted the Carter Payne Memorial Bowling fundraiser. It raised over $10,000 for the IBIS Foundation's Carter Payne Fund, which was created to help cover Tormenta FC Academy players' team and uniform fees each year, starting with Tormenta FC's 2023 Academy season. What an incredible cause for an incredible person. Exciting first half. Got off to a quick start. A penalty leading to a penalty kick early in that first half as Andrew Akadele forced the action, and it was put away by Keziah Sterling. The little stutter step going to his left for his second goal this season, and Tormenta answered the bell with the goal 6 minutes in as he rocked the keeper Amel Knight to sleep and finished off for goal number 2 for Sterling this year. But a quick response from Lexington SC. Machel, the beautiful corner pass, and it set up Antis Diouf, the reigning player of the week in USL League One, his third goal in as many halves to even it up at one apiece. 16 minutes in, that's where we're at. As we mentioned, not a ton of action over the past 20 minutes. Both teams going back and forth. You can see that Tormenta has closed that gap in terms of possession, shots close to even. Tormenta has had 4 shots on target. Most of them have been pretty easy saves for Amel Knight. A couple yellow cards for Lexington. They played very physical in that first half. We are set for action here in half number 2. Tormenta FC and Lexington SC. Great to have you with us as the sun sets in the background on this warm mid-June evening in Georgia. Tormenta is 6th in the standings in League One. Lexington at the bottom at 12th, but only a few points behind the next 3 teams in front of them. They can very quickly move up in the standings, especially with 3 points. We'll see if they can come away with it on the road. Can Tormenta pull back in front? Playing with a handful of injuries are the home team. They have 3 of their next 4 at home, does Tormenta FC. Lexington SC trying to pull off a road win after forcing a draw at home last week against one of the top teams in the league in Northern Colorado. We do have one halftime sub to get to. Pierre Mane is in for File Delamne, who had a pretty good first half, doesn't always start. And he performed well, but Mane gets some action here in the second. We oftentimes see him come in late. Saw him play in the 80th minute last week. And We already have a yellow card in the second half. It goes against Nico Brown as he tussled with Jackson Coury, two of the stars for these teams. That is yellow card number 3 for Brown, a very quick one. It appeared obvious for at least Donovan Eubank as he took no time to think about it and gave Brown the card. So Nico has to play cautiously going forward. Coury, the set shot. The tall 20-year-old from Australia. High ball, right post, and punched away by Amel Knight. That felt precarious for Lexington. And a foul is called on Sterling. Let's watch that on a replay. I missed it in real time. You see Sterling there, number 9, bending ball to the right post. And it may have been a foul on possibly, it was John Murphy Jr. maybe pushing in the back. Either way, Lexington comes away unscathed off the set piece from Coury. Back pass, miscue. Lexington keeps it, tight roping the sideline as Caitlin Fox, reigning player, made the all-USL League One team last week. Nico Brown crossing past left side, and it goes through everybody. A race for the ball from Tate Robertson. He's able to keep it in play. Good hustle from Robertson to maintain possession. Now his crossing ball goes to the far post, blocked towards the middle, and scooped up by Bush, who is ready. Tate Robertson almost made a phenomenal play. He saved it, delivered a deep ball to the right post, but the keeper Bush was ready. Both these teams were tied at 1 in their first matchup back in April when Lexington won 2-1. Tormenta looking for revenge today. They scored in the 71st minute, did Lexington. It was at home. Owen Green delivered the eventual game-winning goal. It was the first win in Lexington program history, of course, in their first year. Now Tormenta trying to get revenge. They got off that quick start, a goal 6 minutes in. Lexington comes back. Antis Diouf scores 16 minutes in. And we've remained tied ever since. Akele crossing to the left foot, delivers towards the back line. And it's knocked out but kept in the attacking third by Coury as he works on the captain for Lexington, Metchell. Lexington had it for a second and Murphy Jr. circles around for Tormenta. Hackenberg to the middle, cleared by the back line. And Lexington is able to keep Tormenta at bay for the moment. Tormenta plays with the ball on the back line. Davy Mason from Maryland sends it back to the keeper. Want to bring up Mason as he has played in 36 games over the past 2 seasons. You see him wearing number 16 on the bottom of your screen. He's been a steady player for this championship Tormenta team. And you look at the roster and you think, okay, who came back from last year? Mason's one of those players. Tobias Otieno, he's out today. Where's number 5? He's won a championship each of the past 2 seasons. Last year with Tormenta, Omaha the year before. Jackson Coury, back this year, sets up towards the middle. A chance for Tormenta on the right side. In the box, the shot is just wide left. An opportunity for Kayla, I believe, as he just put a little bit too much on it. Touch from Sterling, that was a Kayla. Got it on the left foot, just past the defender Robertson. Give credit to Robertson, who at least made it a tough angle for Akele. And he is a shifty player. That is the book on Akele. As it's knocked out by Knight. And here's a chance for Tormenta. The cross back to the left. Shot is blocked as Murphy had a look at it. Still in the attacking third for Tormenta. It was Akadele. May have played with his food a little bit too long. He had some space in the middle of the box. Let's watch it on the replay. Yes, there's Sterling. The back pass to Akadele. Maybe right there is when you want to take the shot or pass. Try to be a little too creative. sent it back to Murphy Jr., who did take the shot, and the back line was ready. So a set play for Tormenta. They've come out the aggressor in this second half. The header far post in the middle. Dangerous chance. Murphy had an ankle. A spinning kick from Heckenberg goes wide. Academy tries, and it's scooped up by Knight. Lexington, their pulse is racing here over these past 5 minutes. They've been tested a couple of times. As Knight just falls on it and says, okay, let's slow down and try to set up the offense. Deep kick from Knight. James comes down with it. Acunas pressures. James. The step through. The shot from deep. May have been a pass to the corner. It went out of play as Brown was the target. See Nico Brown and Khoury down at the bottom. Two of the big names we've talked about throughout the matchup. Antis Diouf is the other one, number 32 for Lexington. He's playing as he puts some pressure on that far side. There's Diouf, who gets knocked down in the box, and it goes out of bounds. As we've seen him go down a couple times, he still might be hampered by an ankle. You can see we're trying to watch number 32 for Lexington closely, walking a little bit gingerly in the box. Trying to navigate out of traffic is the back line for Tormenta. Pressure from Lexington. A little pace for Khoury. Jackson Khoury, 3 goals, bends the kick towards the far side, and it goes out of play. Khoury, just 20 years old, looks really confident with the ball. You saw the way he stopped. He tried to let his teammates set up and get in position. Never seems rushed. And you watch players as they work their way through League One in the Championship League, as they make their progression towards the MLS. And you see guys who allow the game to come to them, and Jackson Khoury is one of those players. As Knight has got that really powerful leg. Comes down to Khoury off the first touch. Lexington got off to a slow start. Their last 5, though, have been pretty strong. A draw against Northern Colorado, a draw against Knoxville SC. They lost to Richmond, but they beat Charlotte Independence. So their past 4, at least, they have lost 1, won 1, and drawn 2. For Tormenta, it's been the other way, although they're coming off a draw to Greenville. They had that big April. Injuries have caught up to them. But Jackson Khoury has really come out as a strong player. And he's gotten some help tonight defensively, and then offensively, Keziah Sterling, who works his way back to Khoury, crosses towards the middle. Back line is ready. The clear out, Diouf couldn't handle. It's kicked by Mason. Mason falls to the ground. And it will stay with Tormenta. And now Antis Diouf falls to the ground after he collides with Mason. Yeah, both sides right now. Yeah, Mason pushed it away. Diouf has been, we've seen him go down a couple times. And as for the trainer, looked like maybe there he let himself go down, but he's okay, thankfully. Khoury crossing pass. Again, the back line for Lexington's ready as it comes back to Khoury. Khoury tries to set up to the middle. Sterling turned the wrong way. And on the counterattack, here comes Diouf. And another foul coming up on Tormenta. This one is on Sterling. This is the second yellow card on Tormenta. The first, of course, on Sterling. Here it comes. So we're watching Diouf here on the counterattack, and Sterling got him on that left shoulder. And Diouf has been on the turf at least 4 or 5 times tonight. It sounds like we have maybe Akadele coming out. And that is, Andrew Akadele is out. He had that really strong first half. And Arthur Beauchois is in. He started last week for Tormenta. Does not get the start this week. Coming off the bench, Beauchois does have 1 goal this season. Some fresh legs for Tormenta FC. The 27-year-old from Johannesburg is in for Akadele. His strong night ends about 56 minutes in. Kuri pressured by Green. Green gives chase in the backfield. Almost got the takeaway. Mason. Errant pass. Green does steal this time, and he's pushed by Numpard. Donovan Eubank has had to wear out his whistle tonight. A physical game between these two teams. It is a foul on Nembard. 5 cards in total. And of course, all of our cards are brought to you by Vino. Machel the kick to the back post, and it's cleared out by Tormenta. Racing forward is Pierre Mane, who checked in to start the second half. Green, who scored in the 71st minute last time these two teams met. Watch out for him on the back line, wearing number 3 for Lexington. The roll through to James. James seeks the angle, chased by McCanus. James the touch, tripped. Machel tries to kick, goes off the shoulder of Akele. And it is a yellow card, a handball is the call on Akele. So 3 yellows now on South Georgia Tormenta. That's just some bad luck there for Akele. Just outside the penalty box for Machel. Khalid Balagoon is in for Will Bynum, the second sub for Lexington. As Coach Stockley starts to empty out the bench. As you can see, Bynum, the 25-year-old from Brisbane, Australia, checking out. Bit of a quiet evening for him. And here comes Balogun. DC native, 3 goals this year. He moves back and forth between the starting lineup. He is the kind of player that can come in and create action. 2 goals, I should say, tied for the team lead. At least he was until Antis Diouf scored in the first half. A conversation here between Machel and Owen Green. And it'll be Green to take it just under the 60-minute mark. A free kick for Green. It's actually Tate Robertson who will take it just outside the penalty box. Robertson with 3 assists this year. Goes for his own, and it's just wide. Past the outstretched hands of TJ Bush, the keeper. So Tate Robertson showing off the strong right foot. You can see him looking where Bush is at and says, you know what, I'm going for it, and just missed wide right. Bush clearing to midfield as it pinballs around. Let's see if one of these teams tries to make a push. It's been a physical evening from Tormenta Stadium in Statesboro, Georgia. 1-1 tie. A lot of yellow tonight. 6 yellow cards between these two teams. A couple goals in the first 20 minutes. Been a very entertaining brand of soccer, though. A lot of action, a lot of physicality. Two teams really needing a victory here in June. Tormenta FC, the defending champs. They lost 7 players from last year. They're down a couple injuries, yet they've been able to play strong, tied with Lexington, who's looked better over the past couple weeks. They're in last place, but just a few points behind the 8th spot. They can move up quickly. Back-to-back draws. They've also got a win over the past few weeks. And some momentum right now for Sterling. On his right foot, the pass, the shot, the deflection, and the corner coming up for Tormenta as Robertson knocked it out. Crowd getting into it for the home team. Colin McCunis, his first action this year for Tormenta. He's played a really nice match as a 3rd corner coming up for Tormenta FC. Corner coming up for Tormenta, trying to take the lead. A high chip towards the top of the box. The header back towards the box from Dangler, and it's cleared out by Lexington. Diouf chips it across. Off the one touch, Owen Green on his right foot. The crossing pass towards the right post. A chance, and over the top from Nico Brown. Nobody was around him, and Brown knows it, so does Diouf, as it sails over the crossbar. Lexington was able to sprint behind Tormenta. That was Robertson with the pass, and Nico Brown was open. You can see the thought process going to the left side. Maybe not a bad idea to bring that down on the chest. And that's what Coach Stokely is talking about. Lexington showing incredible progress, as that will be a throw-in for the Road Green. With their run-outs, timing their runs, it was beautifully timed there by Nico Brown. It's just finishing in that back third. It was a key to our game when we talked about our keys at the top. Finishing off the plays on the offensive end for Lexington. It's something they've done much better at over the past couple weeks. They're a little bit off from Brown. Here's a chance from James as he beats the defender. James in the box. It's turned away by McCunis. He's been really good on that back line for Tormenta. Murphy. And a miscue from Khoury. Sloppy pass from Jake Dangler, the defender, backline player from Baltimore, Maryland. USL League One All-League second teamer last year. Played in Montgomery County growing up, a soccer haven in Maryland. It's always fun seeing the backgrounds of a lot of these players. Such an eclectic league, of course, League One. Australia, Jamaica represented, Florida, Maryland, Virginia, Brazil, Kenya. All meeting here. Talented young men trying to work their way through the professional ranks. A chance here for James as he sets in the middle. Strong kick from Khoury. Rolls back to Amel Knight. Kalen Fox, wearing number 5, has been really good tonight. We've seen him clear a couple balls that were dangerous. Came over from FC Tucson after a great run last season before they returned to USL Championship League. He was on the all-league team last week for Lexington. Nice through ball from Tormenta. The race is on for Akele. He brings it down. Akele in the box, shifts to the middle, the shot, it's blocked by Amel Knight, and he saved the go-ahead goal off the foot from John Murphy Jr. Amel Knight, what a save to keep this tied at 1. He had the save of the week in week 11 and may get it in week 13 as well. That was a gorgeous save from Knight. That ball was beeline for the upper right corner from Murphy Jr. May have needed a little bit more pace on it. The spot was solid. Amel Knight read it perfectly and knocked it out of play. He's starting to become a highlight reel between the pipes. And another conversation just outside the box between head official Donovan Eubank and members of both teams. It's been a physical match. 66 minutes in. Kick towards the back post. Dangerous ball goes through everybody, out of play. It wasn't a bad look as Knight went up. He made contact, I think, with his own teammate. And now he's helped up by Jake Dengler. Let's watch this corner in that gorgeous Georgia night sky. It goes out of play. And you saw Knight in your corner of your screen hit the turf. You can feel the tension beginning to build. 1-1, both these teams coming off a draw. You want to get 3 points, of course, every week, but there's just the sense of we don't want another draw here. We want 3 points if you're both these squads. And we might see a bit of added aggression with that in mind going forward, both these teams really needing those 3. As Brown brings it across the field, dangerous spot, gets through the back line and booted up in the air by Murphy. I think offsides might be the call. Let's see. The referee Eubank, I think, whistled a foul on Tormenta FC, so a goal kick here for on Lexington, so goal kick for TJ Bush. One touch by Dengler. The field reversed by Tormenta, seeking space, and it's over the head of Khoury. Might have a sub coming in here as we approach the 70-minute mark, and we do as Amo is in. And Colin Makunis is out for Tormenta. Strong match for Makunis. His first match this season as he comes out. Knutson is in, number 13 for Tormenta, and Jackson Khoury is out, so he's the leading goal scorer for Tormenta is gone. Amo is in. Elijah Amo, the 24-year-old from Silver Spring, Maryland, making his 8th appearance. Who will create the offense for Tormenta? With Otieno on the injured list, and now Jackson Khoury out. Keziah Sterling is going to be the focal point of that offense. He scored on a penalty shot in the first half. And contact just outside the box. Nico Brown ran into a defender. Good no call from the official. As it goes to midfield, brought down on the one touch by Tate Robertson. And he works on the counter, spins it up the sideline. Here comes Robertson, 3 assists this year. The shot, it's deflected, dangerous ball, and it's cleared out by the back line, somehow saved by Tormenta. It's now the home team that dodges a bullet. It was not going to go down as a save for the keeper. Robertson, it deflected off number 16, and then Davey Mason was able to clear it away maybe a foot before it went past the goal line. That was close to being an own goal for Mason. It's the save of the game brought to you by Vision Source. At the 70-minute mark, Mason is able to keep it out. It looked like from that replay, Mason was the last one to touch it. Potentially, Jalen James was the guy. He was in there as well. But it looked like it went off the side of Mason. Yeah, let's have one more look here. Here's the shot. Yeah, that looks like, I think Mason touched it last and is able just to save it before going into the back line. That would have been a very unlucky goal. TJ Bush was caught, which you understand, he was just reacting. And the save of the game this time goes to Mason, and that's over the top from Lexington on the kick. Davey Mason. What a player he's been for Tormenta. Won a championship with them last year. Has played 36 games, and he sees the field because of plays like that. He's able to make a save. Turns out to be our save of the game, even from the back line because of his hustle. Elijah Amo brings it down. Maybe a chance here for Tormenta after that save from Mason. Ball goes out of play past the baseline, and it's going to be a corner kick for Tormenta. Now Tormenta about to deliver their fourth corner kick, their second this half. Lexington had a string of them in the first half. Corner brought to you by Herb Shop and Organic Foods. The run up and fake, and now here is the kick towards the front post. The tap towards the top. The shot is saved by Knight and cleared away. The shot from Keziah Sterling looking for his second goal. A little bit too on the chest of the keeper Knight. Akoto mistimes his jump. Rather, that was, Balogun. Here is the shot from Sterling. Line drive right off the chest of Knight, and credit the back line for Lexington being ready for the ricochet. Here, Coach Cameron calling for his team to swing it. Reverse the field. That's what they do on the foot of Akele. His left-footed shot is knocked to the left side by Knight. Again, Knight is ready for the attempt from Tormenta. Amel Knight has had a great second half. Not a high degree of difficulty, but you still have to be ready for it if you're Knight. It squeaked through that back line. They may have altered his vision. Knight stuck with the play and pushed it out of bounds. It does lead to corner kick number 5, and once again, Antis Diouf is holding, it looks like, that left foot, and it's his third visit from the trainer. An action-packed last 10 minutes. Amel Knight has a couple gorgeous saves. And then on the other end, Davey Mason was able to get a save, the defender for Tormenta. The ball bounced off his left side, almost went in, would have, I believe, been an own goal potentially, but Mason was able to clear it to keep it at a 1-1 score as Diouf walks towards the sideline. Let's see if we get a sub for Diouf here in these final minutes. He scored the only goal for Lexington in the first half. He had 2 last week. We've seen him go down a couple times, and at this point in the match, maybe for Coach Stockley, you think, okay, we need a fresh leg out there, even if we have to take out our top goal scorer, Diouf. We'll see. Here comes the corner kick. The Herb Shop corner kick, can it be the one that puts Tormenta on top? Tormenta 6th in USL League One. Lexington is 12th. Both teams can make up serious ground with 3 points today. Both are coming off ties. Tormenta, 3 of their next 4 are at home, trying to get off this home stretch on a good start. And the back line ready for Lexington. The roll to Amo. Nice tackle. And again, it'll be a corner for Tormenta. Diouf is back on the field, so no sub there for Lexington. As Coach Stockley says, we want our leading goal scorer out there in these final 20 minutes, even if he's not at 100%. As Nico Brown, beautiful tackle to lead to the corner kick. High ball, far side, up in the air, and Knight climbs the ladder. And now Lexington trying to push. 15 minutes left in regulation. We'll see how much bonus time is added. Cue ball. Mason to the sideline. Amo making his 8th appearance. As Tormenta and Coach Cameron having to go deep in their bench today. We saw Makunis, who's now out, get his first start. Amo is getting his shot. Not an every match player. Akadele got the start. Oftentimes he comes off the bench. Akale, who had to leave last week's match against Greenville early with an injury, he's looked solid today. Number 7 for Tormenta. Trying to weave his way in and out. Counterattack for Lexington. And John Murphy got a lot of jersey there, no call. As Balungun was twirled to the turf. Lexington catches their breath, prepares for the final 13 plus. It was at the 71-minute mark that Lexington took a 2-1 lead against Tormenta the first time these teams met. Dioff. Murphy sent it to the sideline. You feel like with both these teams right now, it's set up the offense, take the big swing, and then they go back and forth. As the start of the possession, at least, the tempo has slowed. And here comes the big swing from Sterling. It's turned back to Murphy. And taken away by Mane. Cleared past the sideline by Heckenberg. A few more subs. Everybody just looks gassed on the field right now. It's been a very physical match. Pedro Fonseca is going to make his 10th appearance. He does have a couple goals this week, scored in the 39th minute 2 weeks ago. Former second-round pick in the MLS draft by Real Salt Lake. He wears number 8, provides a lot of energy late for Coach Cameron. Matchell, the captain, to Fox. Made the all-league team last week. He and Matchell go back and forth. Down the sideline to Green. Green scored the 71 minute against Tormenta in April. He has the ball on his left foot here. Green on the high right, looking for space. Dumps to the middle. Ball on the foot of Diouf. Draws a double team, fires the shot, and it's wide. Antes Diouf was seeking his second goal tonight. Get a look at this shot from Diouf as he bumped off Heckenberg. Had a little bit of room. He's like a basketball player with a tight defender on him. Maybe a little push off, create some space, and firing from deep just couldn't connect. Don Smart, the veteran, the oldest player on the team at 35, checks in, along with So-So Kim. Born in South Korea, grew up in Overland Park, Kansas. Wearing number 11 in for the 9th time this year. He has a little experience in the USL Championship League, as does Don Smart. Played for the Indy 11 before coming into Lexington. Coach Stokely calls him a great voice in the locker room. Smart has it at midfield. He now wears the captain armband. Matchell is out, Smart is in. Tormenta, a chance. Tripped up in the box was Sterling. It looks like maybe his left cleat got caught in the turf as he tried to bring it down off the one touch. Let's watch that on replay. But a bad pass, maybe a little bit behind Sterling. Then the shot was well wide. Murphy took it. Just 6 shots now in the year for Murphy. High ball in midfield. Fox clears it back. And another player tumbles to the ground. Heckenberg this time is pulled down. As Balogun pleads his case, he picks up the yellow. Donovan Eubank delivers his 7th yellow card today. Says you clipped him on that left foot. That appears to be the right call. 4 yellows. If this was American football, I'd make a comment like the field's been littered with laundry or something along those lines tonight. All the cards brought to us by Vino. Donovan Eubank has earned a nice drink after this one. Been very busy, the head official at midfield. Tormenta looking for their first goal since the 6-minute mark. Does it come right here? Can they pull on top? Center of the field to Murphy. Murphy takes the shot, and it's scooped up by Knight. So we remain tied at 1. Murphy had a crease. Smart pressure just enough to make it tough. And the long look from Amel Knight. On the other end, Lexington a chance. This time it is the keeper Bush for Tormenta to make the play. Both these teams going for quick strikes. Not a difficult save there. Still have to make it though if you're Bush. As Balogun was looking for his 3rd goal this season. Pressure from Tormenta. Ball sent back to Knight. They've misplayed it a bit. Dangerous spot for Knight, and he can't clear it and will just send it out of play. Amel Knight, maybe 2 mistakes in one play. The second one almost was the real costly one. Hesitated to pass to the left and let the defender come up on him, and then miskicked. He just had to send it out of play. A bullet dodge for Lexington. Tormenta still with it. High ball over the head of Fonseca. And past the sideline. Will one of these teams break the 1-1 tie? It's where we've been for the past 68 minutes. Ever since that man Antes Diouf tied it 16 minutes in. And now Sterling goes down in the backfield. Keziah Sterling looks like he's trying to stretch out that left leg, and now the official blows the play dead. Sterling scored on the penalty kick, his 2nd goal this year. Right now, he is probably the most consistent offensive player out there for Tormenta. You don't want to see him struggling with cramps or whatever it is that's bugging him. Let's go back to a near huge mistake from Amel Knight. So he gets it on his right foot. You can tell he kind of second guesses himself. And then mishits, and Beauchois just a hair too late. You can see him say, "My bad." So everybody gets a needed break. Man, what a physical match it's been. 7 yellow cards, high tempo, a couple early goals. 2 teams trying to claw their way up the standings. Tormenta in 6th place, Lexington in 12th. Tormenta trying to get revenge after They lost to Lexington in April. It was SC's first win as an organization. A new team this year, as a program. Coach Stockley, we showed you the image to start the broadcast. So excited after that first win, trying to pick up his second against the defending champs. So Sterling will come out after the stoppage. See how long he will be sidelined. There he is. He runs back in. So he appears to be moving pretty well. That's a good sign for Tormenta. Now we start counting opportunities. What do you think? Maybe 2, 3, both ways, if they're lucky, as Fox lets the offense set up. Smart to the sideline. Back on the foot of Don Smart as he spins it to Fox. Kalen Fox made the team of the week. Nice little one-touch in the box. The chip shot left side goes past everybody as Jalen James was looking for So-So Kim streaking down that left side and couldn't quite find him. That's a good pass. Kim just maybe a bit behind there. Tough play to make. If you make it, though, you're a hero if you're Kim. Knight lets that one get deep and clears to midfield as it goes past the sideline. Tormenta will throw in here. This feels like a good opportunity for the home team. Just a little bit over 2 minutes left in regulation. A physical match, 7 yellow cards in total, 2 early goals, 1 for each team. Can somebody break the tie in these final 2 minutes? Or are we looking at a draw, which would be back-to-back draws for both rosters? Bush falls on it. The point is still positive, but you know, both these sides are thinking we could use 3 tonight. It'd be the 3rd tie in a row for Lexington, the 2nd straight for Tormenta. Tormenta playing keep away at midfield. Now they reverse, trying to set up maybe one more push. Set to the middle. Ball on the foot of Beauchois. He spins to the sideline. Beauchois with the fresh legs, just subbed in about 5 minutes ago. Trapped, and it's taken back by Lexington. Beauchois tries to force the corner, and it will be a throw-in for Lexington. It appears to have ricocheted off the shin of Beauchois. We'll see 4 minutes of bonus time, so there'll be a few more opportunities likely for both teams to break the tie. Headed to midfield, So-So. Tripped up again is Diouf. And on the counterattack, the quick push up the field. Here's a chance. Crossing to the left foot is Amo. Amo tries to send it to the middle, and it's cleared away. And Fox could not save it. A very quick sub coming in for Lexington. Yeah, Fox is picking up the yellow. This will likely be a delay of game. Brought to you by the Clubhouse, games, bowling, food, and fun. Yeah, so Kalen Fox does pick up the yellow. So that was the call. Let me double check that number. I think that's 5. 5 yellows on Lexington. 3:30 left. Ball rolling to the sideline. Both these teams up the tempo. that spins along the sideline. Tough to tell who touched it last. And it will belong to Lexington. 3 minutes left. Don Smart, 35-year-old from Jamaica. He's got the captain's armband out there with Machel on the sideline. Over the top pass, on the right foot to Diouf. Diouf off the first touch, trying to spin to his right. Diouf delivers back out to Balungun. His crossing pass up in the air over the top of James, and it rolls to the corner. Now Amo. And the ball cleared to midfield. Off the head of Fox. Taps it twice. A push from behind on Soso. And that is, Knutson is not happy about that, as it looks like maybe Soso Kim pushed him from behind. And Kim is going to get the yellow card. Yeah, so Kim got Knutson from behind, pulled him to the ground. Knutson not happy. You can see he gave Kim a little bit of a look. Under 2 minutes left. This might be the last opportunity for Lexington, as Knight just falls on it to soak up more time. So for Lexington, you can feel a shift in their season. This will be their third straight draw against the defending champs on the road. If you're Lexington, you feel like it's a bit of a victory for you. Tormenta, you're down a couple players tonight. You really want to come away with those 3 points. And a hard hit and a yellow is once again going to be called. This one's on Pierre Mane. It's a red card. Excuse me, actually, that is on Mane. Just yellow. Just yellow on Mane. As he picks up the yellow, that is 5 yellow cards on Lexington. Okay. Heavy contact. Thought for a second there's a chance he might get the red, but just a yellow on Mane. "90 seconds left. Can anyone break this 1-1 tie? That's been the question for the past 77 minutes. We've been treated today. Some great goalkeeping from both sides. That's something we haven't brought up here late. A handful of saves for both keepers, Knight and TJ Bush. An incredible backline save earlier in the match. And again, Kim goes down, and Knutson and Kim have had words for each other in these past couple of minutes. And that is the stoppage. Lexington and Tormenta, a physical match. 9 yellow cards between the two teams. Ends in a 1-1 tie. Tormenta can't quite get their revenge after falling to Lexington earlier in the year, but they do force the draw. South Georgia Tormenta scored 6 minutes in, Lexington 16 minutes in, and we end at a 1-1 tie. The man of the match goes to Keziah Sterling. He had that early goal to give the Tormenta team the 1-0 lead. So Sterling picks up that man of the match. Of course, brought to you by Galactic Comics. And you thought, okay, Tormenta's off to this quick start. They're going to try to build some momentum. And Sterling was all over the field. It wasn't just that penalty goal, as Owen Green helps him up. And you see this goal right here, the feint to the right. Knight, who was so good tonight, caught flat-footed by Sterling. It's the play of the match presented by Bullock Solutions. From the man of the match, Keziah Sterling. He scored his 2nd goal this season. For Tormenta, it would be their only goal on the night, as 10 minutes later, the response from Antis Diouf made it a 1-1 tie game, and that is where we finish off tonight from Tormenta Stadium in Georgia. It was a physical match, a match where we saw it go back and forth, and we got plenty of highlights and stats to review when we come back, as Tormenta FC ties with Lexington SC 1-1 on ESPN.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. Others may talk about the new normal, but at Optum Health System, we've always provided high-quality, personalized care safely. If you have recently delayed your care, we want to reassure you we are prepared to care for you. Our absolute commitment to safe, high-quality, personalized care is stronger than ever. We welcome you back to Optum Health System.
¿Ya casi estás lista?
Game show as Tormenta FC finishes with a draw against Lexington SC. The post-game show brought to you by Kids World. Let's go ahead and look at some of these highlights as they're brought to you by Galactic Comics. Match started quickly, an early penalty and a penalty shot for Tormenta FC, as getting the start and putting on the pressure was Andrew Akadele. And that led to this early goal from Keziah Sterling. It was our goal of the match from our man of the match. Sterling, his second goal this season. A little trickery. He was able to get the talented keeper Knight on his left foot and slow rolled it past him to his right. There's a little sidestepping goal from Keziah Sterling, the 24-year-old from England, picking up goal number 2 this season. And you're thinking, okay, Tormenta FC is going to pull away with this momentum. But a goal 16 minutes in from Antis Diouf made it 1-1 off this gorgeous corner pass from Matchell, led right to the third goal in 2 matches from Diouf. And that was it for the scoring, as these teams went back and forth throughout the back half of the first half in the second half, but neither could break through. You can see the shots on target. Tormenta had the big advantage there with 10. Many of them, though, were right into the breadbasket of Amel Knight, who played fantastic. He picked up 9 saves, 17 total shots from Tormenta, 16 for Lexington. That possession, which we talked about, Lexington had the advantage in the first half. Tormenta came back with it in the second, and 10 yellow cards between these two teams. Very physical match. Tormenta 3 and Lexington 7. Those stats are brought to you by Galactic Comics. It was a physical match, a match that started from the air, this fun helicopter drop. It got off to a quick start, 2 goals in the first 16 minutes, and that was all we had. South Georgia Tormenta FC ties with Lexington FC 1-1, a fun match between these two teams. We appreciate you tuning in. Great work from our crew. Until next time, we say good night from Georgia.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.